actually an aircraft carrier. Have you seen this other tweet? Oh yeah, this is my favorite tweet. Extremely good troll here, reaping a bounty in the replies. Breaking, Iran targeted infrastructure and buildings in Tel Aviv used by Israel to store F-35 jets and submarines. I don't understand. That means it's definitely real. It's obviously real. What are we talking about? I mean, for the last 20 months, when Israel presented insane information like this, I always assumed it was real. I always assumed that this is normal and real and good, you know? Well, well, well. Yeah, I believe it. That's real and it's true. Wow, I believe it. I work in that building. There's definitely a sub underneath, but no planes. That part is fake. I don't know. I mean, I'm trained and conditioned into believing this from the past 20 months of Israel's righteous conquest. Not a genocide, but Israel's war against buildings. Buildings filled to the brim with Hamas. No, that's real. That's definitely real for sure. That's actually an aircraft carrier. Yeah, that part is definitely real. An aircraft carrier that is, by the way, significantly larger than this building. Israel's crazy because they have a tiny aircraft carrier that they made with like tiny versions of planes. Yeah, I've seen this one. I know this move. It's a meme, right? What do you think, chatter? Of course it's a fucking meme. They're making fun of Israel being like Al Shiva compound. Al Ahli compound, excuse me. It's very clear that the hospital has fucking tunnels under it where it is actually technically the command and control center for everyone in Hamas. And then they put out the like shittiest animation of all time. Yeah, they have a Star Destroyer, man. Is real. That's real. That's real. Israel has that. The tech gap is crazy. Remember when they did that with Lebanon? That was really funny because like Lebanon, unlike Gaza, has like Western journalists stationed in Lebanon. So they just went to the bank, or not bank, the hospital, and they were like, hey, can we take a look at your supposed like Hezbollah tunnels? And they were like, sure. And they were like, there is no Hezbollah tunnels here, nor Hezbollah gold.
Well, we're on level -2 in the Al Sahel hospital. The area just behind me is where medical waste is stored. Even that was opened up for us to have a look. The morgue was opened up. All of the drawers were opened to show us there was nothing inside. Doctors have been opening piles of surgical scrubs, boxes of equipment, very, very keen to show us everything there is to see and to prove that there is nothing here. Well, I'm just coming now from the basement on -2 up to -1. We've been brought around the hospital by doctors. We've also been allowed to move around on our own. Doors have been opened for us in every area, cupboards. We've been allowed to see what there is to see. Now, the hospital staff are adamant that there is no hidden bunker here containing millions of dollars of cash or gold, as the Israelis have claimed. They say this is just a hospital where patients were being treated last night and where they had to be evacuated from the emergency area at great speed because doctors were worried for the lives of the patients and also worried for the staff.
I think the fact that they are trying to do that, even with like immediate verification that they can get from Western press is so shocking. Like they really don't care. It's actually really smart how the aircraft carrier works. Just add water and expands like those toy dinosaurs. Yeah. Just a heads up. That's fake. Oh, thanks, man. Oh, this is fake? Oh, nah. You mean to tell me Israel doesn't have a Star Destroyer that's floating in this like anti-gravity chamber that's built underneath this residential compound in Tel Aviv? Wow. That's anti-Semitic of you to think that Israel doesn't have such a ginormous tech gap with everybody else on the planet. I regret to inform you that the pro-Israel crowd does not realize this is a shit post
by a pro-Pele that I actually thought he was a parody account, but nope, he is the real deal.
Dog. There is no fucking way. They're making fun of the shit that the IDF posts, man. They're making fun of. Also, no community notes. No community note under this. It's real. What is this? Is an Imperial destroyer from Star Wars. Might be a good idea to double check your sources. Incredible stuff, man. I love that this is real. People are posting this with sincerity.
Tel Aviv used by Israel to store F-35 jets and submarines. So as you can see, that is an Imperial Star Destroyer from...
That is an Imperial Star Destroyer. Why are they soy posting, man? Yeah, this is just as fake as the IDF posts, big guy. That's the point. As a matter of fact, that's the whole point of this shit post. Oh my God, they're so mad. This is an Imperial Star Destroyer from Star Wars, you moronic fat fuck. It is not in the basement of an apartment building in Tel Aviv. Subject matter expert here. That's a Star Destroyer. Yeah. Wait till they find out the Star Destroyer was filled with copies of Mein Kampf. Yeah. Every room inside the Star Destroyer, I checked. Okay. Every room inside the Star Destroyer had a annotated copy of Mein Kampf in Hebrew. Yeah. Yeah, I hate to report on such atrocities, but you know who was reading the copies of Mein Kampf? It was next to the baby's crib. Yeah. It was for babies. Terror babies. Yup. You guessed it. I guess there's no other way to go about this. This is what we've learned from you, Israel. This is what we learned from you, Israel. Why are you behaving like this? I thought this shit was valid now. I'm so confused because for the past 20 months, this is what you have behaved like. And I was supposed to take this seriously and with all sincerity, you know?
Star Wars. Now, Israel's very impressive and could probably build that with Jewish space lasers and all, but let's assume it is. Let's assume it's real. It would have the dimensions of 1600 by 985 by 4.
Oh God, you are such a fucking lame ass loser. Oh my God, he's like subject matter expert here. As a massive Star Wars fan, almost as big as a fan of Star Wars as I am of Israel. Erming. Clearly, Israel doesn't have the Star Destroyer.
455 meters. A Star Destroyer, holy shit, I can't believe I'm making this video. A Star Destroyer would exceed the pyramids of Giza and could not fit beneath residential buildings. Also, what the fuck does he mean they're storing submarines underneath the buildings? I'm a submarine veteran, so yeah, you could store submarines in dry area. Like, for example, when they go through overhaul. What you do is you actually put the submarine...
Oh, God. Our military is so ass, bro. I'm sorry. We're so cooked. Erming, I'm a submarine veteran here. Lover of Israel here. Like, obviously, you cannot fit a Star Destroyer underneath a building.
To what's called a dry dock, as you can see right here. And then the dry dock, you know, there's like a wall that comes up, they pump the water out, and, you know, the whole entire submarine is exposed. They have permanent ones and they have floating dry docks, but it wouldn't be underneath a residential building. I don't even know how that would work. You'd have to have some kind of like floating city. Which, you know what, I'm not even going to get into this.
This does look like a purposeful jab at Israel, given how Israel often defends strikes in Gaza by claiming military usage. Fun fact, there's a nation in the Middle East that does have nuclear weapons, but refuses to confirm how many. Oh my God. They're eating his ass in the replies, dude. Hell yeah. TikTok is not fucking with Israel, bro. I'm sorry. You got to try again. Erming, got to try again. They are so desperate, says the yellow ribbon account. That's because the average Iran supporter IQ is approximately 1 to 3, so they'll believe almost anything. This is such a funny self-own because everyone, like, this is a meme about what Israel defenders choose to believe. And all of the Israel defenders, they're like, oh, if you believe this, you're a fucking moron. It's like, yeah, no, that's what we've been saying. That's what we've been saying, dumbass. You have behaved like a fucking moron, you know? This whole time, you have behaved like a fucking moron. Can't wait for you to be arrested, says Jake the Bellyache. Leave my country already, terrorist supporter. I mean, it's my country too. You know? Sucks for you, I guess, but that's kind of the beauty of this country, no? Is that you're going to have disagreements with people. Look at the proposed community notes of the original post. Israel does not store submarines in apartment buildings. They are based at the Haifa Naval Base. What? Everyone on X knows this Suleiman is an R word, but this unequivocally confirms. Is this AI video showing among... Dude, they're so they're so mad. I love that this doesn't have a community note, which is, it must be real. I'm sorry. It must be fucking real. That's no community note means is real.